Okay, so I just had these two things arrive. Yeah, I just noticed my solar panel slipped on the other side. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. But yeah, I had these two arrive from Everglades Farms down in Florida, and one of them is going to be a cinnamon tree. The other is going to be a miracle berry plant. I did have some miracle berries that I planted in the little jiffy grow things, and they did not propagate, which from reading online, it's pretty much a scam at some point. I think if you let them go dry, they will never sprout. That's what I've been told. So yeah, I just went ahead and bought a plant that's already sprouted and hopefully doing okay. I haven't opened up these yet, so this is kind of like one of those reveal videos. I was hoping I'd be able to do a more thorough video of this, but at the moment I have to do an errand, so I'm limited on time. So let me cut these open real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, got them cut open. This is how they arrived. I haven't done anything other than just cut the boxes open. Looks like here on the inside they tell you what it is, and then they have this little marketing thing here about temperatures and caring for it and for keeping it fertilized, which is all cool. All right, but these are the plants right here. So this one is going to be the cinnamon tree, and that's an actual tree in there. For the time being, I'm just planning to keep it in a big old pot, so I'm going to use that one. And then this is going to be, oh, do we have magical? Oh wow, look at that. We actually have a berry on there, so that is so cool. And we got lots of berries coming in too. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, because these take a while, from what I've read, these take a while to start producing. So the fact that I got one up and going right now is wonderful. That means that I can already start using this plant and trying it out. Now, I've never actually tasted the actual miracle berry before in the berry form. I have where they mix it with some starch and they make little tablets and you put those on your tongue, and they do work. It's really strange, but what it does is it temporarily rewires your receptors. I don't know if it's at the tongue level or the brain level, but somewhere in the wiring biology, it tricks the brain into thinking sour things are sweet. And so yeah, that's miracle berries can be used for a lot of things, but I want to grow my own, and like maybe learn to add some dishes and experiment and see if I can make things more flavorful that might be a little bitter and harder to eat. And living off grid, I think you might run into certain things that if you start doing wild foraging, you might run into things that are kind of bitter and not so good. But if you mix it with one of these miracle berries, it'll taste sweet as molasses. So that's my reasoning behind that. And then cinnamon. Oh, there's so many uses for cinnamon. Where do you begin? There's a lot of uses for that. So both of these plants, if I can keep them alive and going here, then they will be coming to my own personal homestead once I get that all squared away. But I bought these for investing in the future of my oasis. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to take them out of here now, and I'm going to put them in the greenhouse. I haven't shown the greenhouse in a while, I think, since I put it together. So let me just take a quick little peek in here. I see something moving in here. All right, so we got strawberries right here. They're actually doing better. They were on a table outside. I think all the winds and everything, and just people not really watching where they were putting things, kind of messed that up a bit. But they are doing much better out here. Here we have sweet mint, which I'm not really sure about. I tasted or smelled some of it, and it didn't smell quite right. But I am keeping it here for maybe composting. And then here we have the lemon balm. These are amazing. These are two okra plants that I grew from seedlings, from seeds, and they are doing amazing. They are just rooting right up. This is my Carolina Reaper pepper plant. It has seen better days, but I do have some, I think, flowers coming in. I got flowers right here, and if they get pollinated, which I do keep the flap open sometimes, so stuff can come in here. If they get pollinated, then yeah, this should be doing good. Currently, checking in, we are at 112 degrees in Fahrenheit in here, and at 33 humidity. So yeah, whew. This has become my little storage rack right here with just different things. I got my plant foods down there, more trays. I did find some logs, and I put down to help with the wind, because the wind did get real crazy one day. Here is the solar light. Oh, it is connected. And oh, you know what? I'm not even getting, there we go. I wasn't even getting solar. It was like flipped over so you can't do it. Oh, might have to get a string or something tight on this end so it doesn't flip over like that. That is not good. Good thing I came out here. But then I got my two vent windows here, which I always keep open right now. I am going to attach some kind of, like, they look like they're 1 foot by 1 foot. Looks like I'm going to get some kind of box fan system here and put it on some kind of relay system to where the sensor checks the humidity, and when it gets too humid in here, then it will air it out in here. Also, to help with humidity in here, if it does get dry, I keep the water pot in here and just keep it full of water usually. Oh yeah, and then I do have one thing to show down here, which I wasn't too happy about. Where did it go? Because I knew this thing was going to be kind of cheap, but it pulled so hard in some area that it started, I saw where the box was, yeah, right here. Yeah, you can see where there's just a hole ripped in it right there. Yeah, and that's just from the Oklahoma winds out there. They're really, really strong. So, yeah, ripped the hole in that one there. But I think that was before I could get some more, some logs in there and stuff to hold it down a little better. My next project on this is going to be back here at the back. I'm going to get a container of some sort and put it right here to collect water in. And then up on top of that, slant it kind of down, because that's facing south. I'm going to have it up at about this height up above here, or maybe out a little bit. I'm going to have a probably 100 to 110 watt solar panel. And I'm going to tilt it downward, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to get some PVC pipes, or some kind of trough system, which I'm going to either tape or somehow attach it to this on the sides here and run it down the side. And then what I'm going to do with that is just collect rainwater off the top of this when it rains. I'll also have a little place here for the bottom of the solar panel, which I will collect. And then of course on this end here I will have it running, and then they're going to come down. It's just going to be gravity fed, and they will come down into a little filtration system I'll have here, and then it will go into here. Once I have that set up, then I'll have a pump that's going to be running off the solar that I have, and it will be put on a timer, which will then feed water back into, I'll cut a hole into one of these and patch it up. It'll run water into the greenhouse. And I'll have a drip system that will have individual drips that I can turn on and off, and they will go out to each of the individual pots and plants that I have in there. And it will just be on a drip system like that. So rain catchment water, once I do that, my watering inside the greenhouse at least will be automated. I don't have to worry about watering unless I need to change something, or if I need to give additional water, then I can still do that. But yeah, that will be my first little automated setup. So it automates the watering and collecting of the rainwater. And of course, if it gets too dry, I can always just come with a hose and just fill it up, making sure that I probably will turn the timer off so that it doesn't use the water that has chlorine, because you always want to wait 12 to 24 hours if you're using tap water to be able to let the chlorine naturally air out, because that's not good for your plants. Yeah, and then real quick, I will show, I did a video on this where I built this little, it's kind of like a temporary little pallet compost bin, 2 of them. But this is how we're looking on the compost bins. Look, it's actually starting to look pretty good. Getting a lot better than it was. And I got a little bucket of compost tea that I'm experimenting with right over there. All right. Oh, that's going to be it for the update on the greenhouse. Hopefully I will have these things growing and I'll be able to show more of them once I get them settled in. Also wanted to add in that I added a white mat at the bottom.